Good morning, friends. थोड़ा सा just one more. So in the last lectures we started principal stresses and strains. So as you know, in the previous units, that is in the first units, principal stresses and strains. So in that units we studied compressive stress, tensile stress and shear stress only. So what is the effect of the principal stress, tensile stress, compressive stress and shear stress that we studied. And but sometimes simultaneously tensile stress, compressive stress and shear stress may be induced in the components. So that times the effect of that is necessary to design the component, otherwise that component may be failures. So means combinations of the tensile stress, compressive stress and shear stress. So that methods is complicated, and calculations of this method is maximum principle on which plane is the maximum stress is induced, that planes are called as maximum principal plane, and the planes on which minimum stress is induced, that planes are called as minor principal plane. But in the major principal plane and minor principal plane, there is no any shear stress is induced, and only normal stress is induced. There is no any shear stress is induced. That is called major principal plane and minor principal plane. And major principal stress means major principal stress which is acting. Normal stress means acting on the major principal plane, that is called as major principal stress. And minor principal stress means the stress acting on the minor principal planes, that is called as minor principal stress. So in the last lectures we started when a body subjected to biaxial stresses together with shear stress. So consider a body. Suppose this is ABCD rectangular body having unique thickness or unit thickness. So this is A, B, C, D. So this is sigma x, this is sigma x, sigma y, sigma y. So in this case we consider both are positive, and this is shear stress. Shear stress are on the AB plane and BC plane, shear stress are on the AD and DC planes. So first you see normal stress and tangential stress on oblique plane. So suppose this is ABCD. Shear stress and this is oblique plane, and this angle is the theta. Now this stress is the tangential stress. So that's why normal stress acting on the tangential stress. Suppose sigma theta is normal stress acting on oblique plane. So consider that is, and this is tau theta, shear stress. Shear stress or tangential stress on oblique plane. So that's why sigma theta equal to, I use this notations, sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 plus sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 cos 2 theta plus tau sin 2 theta. So by using this formula we can calculate normal stress acting on the oblique plane. Similarly, shear stress acting, so this is sigma x, only change sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2. Instead of the cos 2 theta, this is sin 2 theta. Again, here sign change, and this is tau sin 2 theta. Right? Now, phi is the angle of obliquity. So that's why tan theta or tan phi equal to tau theta divided by sigma theta, and these phi angles in between. Suppose this is sigma theta and this is shear stress. So this is resultant stress. And this angle is the phi, or phi equal to tan inverse tau theta divided by sigma theta. So this is first formula. Second, directions of principal stress. Now, yes. So this angle is theta b. So angle made this is theta b. Theta p1, angle made inclination support. So this is sigma 1, sigma 2. Inclination principal stress with AB, and this is inclinations. This is major and this is minor. Principal stress with again AB. So that's why theta P1 equal to theta, and theta P2 equal to theta plus or theta P1 plus 90 or sigma divided by 2 tau. By using this formula also, sorry, this is reverse. 2 tau divided by. So this is second formula. Third, I think magnitude of the principal stress. Magnitude of principal. Now I use stresses, principal stresses. So sigma 1 equal to sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 plus under root sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 bracket square plus tau squares. This maximum principal stress. Tau 2 equal to sigma x plus sigma y. Only change here is the plus sign negative and rest of the things same. Divided by 2 plus tau squares. So this is the magnitude of the principal stress. Now fourth, directions of maximum shear stress. So maximum shear stress and directions. Yes. Again we have this here. This is theta 1, theta 2, sigma 2, this is sigma 2, sigma 1, sigma 1, A, B, C, D. Shear stress, sigma x, sigma x, sigma y, sigma y. This is tau. This is tau. Now, yes, this angle made, so this is theta S1. So theta S1 equal to minus sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 theta 2 tau. So by using this formula also we can calculate. Otherwise, by using theta S1 equal to theta P1 plus 45 degree. And this is equal to theta S2 theta P2 plus 45. So fifth is the magnitude of the maximum shear stress. So tau max equal to sigma x under root sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 plus tau square or tau max equal to sigma x, sorry, this is sigma 1 minus sigma 2 divided by 2. So this is maximum principal stress and minimum principal stress. This next point is the normal stress on plane of shear stress. So yes, shear stress. This is equal to sigma n equal to sigma 1 plus sigma 2 divided by 2. Sorry, because I forget to use this mic. Now body subjected to biaxial stresses with shear stress. This is ABCD, and this plane is this inclinations is the theta. So normal stress, tangential stress or oblique on the stress on oblique plane. So this is sigma theta equal to normal stress acting on the oblique plane, and tau theta shear stress acting on the oblique plane. Sigma theta equal to, so I already explained in the last lecture, sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 plus sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 cos 2 theta plus tau sin 2 theta. Now tau theta tangential stress or shear stress equal to, so here we have to consider these first, second terms and third terms, sigma x minus sigma y only. Instead of the cos 2 theta we have to change here sin 2 theta plus minus tau instead of the sin 2 theta. Now here you have to consider cos 2 theta. This is cos 2 theta. Now phi is the envelope of the obliquity. So this is tan phi equal to tau theta divided by sigma theta. Otherwise phi equal to tan inverse tau theta divided by sigma theta. And this sigma r equal to, you can calculate by using formula sigma theta square plus tau theta squares, and this is the resultant stress. Sigma r is the resultant stress. Now envelope of the obliquity that you can calculate by using formula tan phi equal to tau theta divided by sigma theta, or phi equal to tan inverse tau theta divided by sigma theta. Second, now important term is the directions of the principal stress. Now theta p1, this is the, which is equal to theta p1 equal to theta inclinations of the major principal plane inclinations, because this is the major principal plane. This plane is the major principal plane, and this inclinations made with the plane AB. So inclinations above the major principal stress with AB, and theta p to inclinations above the minor principal plane, because this is the minor principal plane, sigma t2, sigma theta or sigma 2. So theta p2 inclinations above the minor principal plane with AB. So this theta p1 equal to theta, or theta p2 equal to theta p1 plus 90 degree. Or by using this formula also you can calculate this angle is the inclinations above the principal plane with the AB. Next, the third bit is the magnitude of the principal stresses. Sigma 1 equal to sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 plus sigma x means under root sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 bracket squares plus tau squares. And minor principal stress equal to, this is tau 2 or sigma 2, this is the minor principal stress. Sigma x plus sigma y, only change above the, instead of the plus sign, yes, negative, or rest of the things are remain same. Fourth, directions above the maximum shear stress, because this is the maximum shear stress and this plane is the maximum shear stress. So this theta s1 equal to sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 tau, but this is the negative, or otherwise theta s1 equal to, if you knows theta p1, only add 45 degree. So you can calculate inclinations above the maximum shear stress. This is theta S1. And similarly, theta S2 equal to theta P2 plus 45 degree. So next term is the magnitude of the maximum shear stress. So maximum shear stress you can calculate by using this formula. So here in the minimum principal stress, this term is second term is nothing but the maximum shear stress. Sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 bracket square plus tau squares, otherwise, or tau max equal to sigma 1. This is the maximum or major principal stress minus minimum or principal stress or minor principal stress divided by 2. And normal stress on the planes of the shear stress equal to sigma n equal to sigma 1 plus sigma 2 divided by 2. So this is body subjected to biaxial stresses with together with shear stress. Now this is the case first. Now we will see second case. This is second case. Body subjected to biaxial stresses together without or no shear stress. Now this is not present. So no shear stress means sigma x, sigma y. This is becomes, because here is no shear stress, so that's why this is sigma 1, this is sigma 1, this is sigma 2, sigma 2. Now here's no shear stress means here's so that's why tau equal to 0. So this is tau equal to 0 multiplied by sine 2 theta. So that's why this terms becomes, because tau equal to 0. Here also only we have to put instead of the tau, this is 0. So that's why this becomes tau theta equal to sigma theta equal to sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2, sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 cos 2 theta, and tau theta equal to sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 and sine 2 theta. Now angle above the obliquity same. Now directions above the principal stress. So here's because this is now becomes principal stress. So that's why no need above the, because here's this becomes sigma x equal to sigma 1, because sigma 1 is nothing but the maximum principal stress, sigma y minimum principal stress. So here's no need above the calculations above the inclinations. So this is not necessary. Second point. Magnitude of the principal stress sigma 1 equal to, because now this is sigma 1 equal to sigma x and sigma 2 equal to sigma y. This is magnitude of the principal stress. Now directions above the maximum shear stress. Now instead of the directions above the maximum shear stress. So this is the second point. So that's why here's only we have to planes of maximum shear stress, planes of maximum shear stress are 45 degree inclined to principal plane. And this is third point, this is fourth. Now magnitude of the maximum shear stress equal to, so magnitude of the maximum shear stress, so that you can calculate by using formula tau max equal to sigma 1 minus sigma 2 divided by 2, and this is normal stress equal to, against we can use this formula. So this is for when the plane when the only principal stress is induced on the major principal plane and maximum or minor principal plane. So this is body subjected to biaxial stresses without shear stress. Now third case is body subjected to uniaxial stresses only. So in this case, only stress along x-axis. So that's why here's normal stress and tangential stress acting on given oblique plane. So this is plane, this is theta. So as you know, sigma theta equal to, for case first formula, sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 plus sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 cos 2 theta plus tau sin 2 theta. So this is for case first. For case second, Now for third case, this is for case seconds. So for third case, we have to put sigma y equal to 0. Sigma y equal to 0 because no stress is induced on the AD plane and BC plane. So that's why sigma theta equal to sigma x divided by 2 plus sigma x divided by 2 cos 2 theta, or otherwise cos 2 theta. So sigma theta equal to, so we can take, this is common, sigma x divided by 2 1 plus cos 2 theta. Now since cos 2 theta equal to cos square theta minus 1, I think 2 cos square theta, no, right. So that's why 1 plus cos 2 theta equal to 2 cos square theta. So that's why here we can write cos square theta. This will get cancelled and sigma theta equal to sigma s cos square theta. Now tau theta equal to, I guess this is sigma x minus 0 divided by 2 and this is sin 2 theta because we have to change this sin 2 theta. So that's why this is sigma x divided by 2 sin 2 theta, tau theta equal to. Now similarly again this is normal stress on oblique plane, tangential stress, and this is resultant stress sigma, and this is phi. So that's why sigma r equal to sigma theta square plus tau theta squares, or tan phi equal to tau theta so this is phi equal to. Now second is the maximum and minimum principal stress. So major principal stress are called as maximum principal stress and minor principal stress are called as minimum principal stress. So tau max equal to, actually formula divided by 2 plus under root tau squares. Now this terms 0, so that's why sigma x divided by 2 plus sigma x divided by 2 bracket square plus tau squares. So by using this formula you can calculate maximum principal stress and minimum equal to 0 because sigma y minimum principal stress equal to right. Third bit, maximum shear stress or maximum shear stress. So this is equal to tau max equal to, actual formula sigma 1 plus sigma 2 divided by 2. Sorry, this is minus. So this is sigma 1 minus 0 divided by 2. So that's why sigma 1 divided by 2, or sigma max divided by 2, maximum shear stress. Now directions of maximum shear stress equal to, again, planes of maximum shear stress are 45-degree inclined to principal plane. So this is fourth, and fifth bit is normal stress on plane of shear stress. So again, this is sigma n equal to sigma 1 plus sigma 2 divided by 0. So sigma 1 plus 0 divided by 2, sigma 1 2. So sigma n equal to max, maximum shear stress equal to. Now I think you understand what are the three cases when the body is subjected to uniaxial stresses, means when the body is subjected to biaxial stresses with shear stress, and the second case is the without shear stress. So again, once again I repeat all formulas. Body subjected to, I briefly written all the formulas because you may be not confused. So shortly I write here, subjected to biaxial stress with shear stress. Sigma x, sigma x, sigma y, sigma y. This is tau. So without any points, means without any heading, means that is tangential stress or normal stress on the, I only use notations. So first bit sigma theta. So this is normal stress on the plane of the oblique plane. So this is equal to sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 plus sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 cos 2 theta plus tau sin 2 theta. So this is normal stress on the oblique plane. Tau theta equal to sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 cos 2 theta, sorry, this is sin 2 theta minus tau cos 2 theta, right? Resultant stress equal to sigma theta square plus tau theta square, and phi equal to tan inverse tau theta divided by sigma theta. So this is your first point. Second point, theta p1 equal to theta or tan 2 theta p equal to sigma x minus sigma y. So, right, and this is theta P1, P2 equal to theta P1 plus 90 degree. Third bit, maximum principal stress equal to sigma 1 equal to sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 plus under root sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 bracket square plus tau squares. Sigma 2, now only change of here signs, this is negative sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2. So this is maximum principal stress and minimum principal stress, or major principal stress and minor principal stress, right? So fourth bit is directions of maximum shear stress. So this is equal to theta S1 equal to theta P1 plus 45 and theta S2 equal to theta P2 plus 45. Otherwise, tan, I think this is 2 theta S, this is equal to minus sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 tau. So this is the tau is the only shear stress, and tau theta is this is the tangential shear stress, or this is the shear stress on oblique plane, but this is the only shear stress. So this is the shear stress which is given. Fifth bit, maximum shear stress tau max equal to under root or sigma 1 minus sigma 2 divided by 2, and this last steps is the normal stress on plane of maximum shear stress. This is equal to sigma 1 plus sigma 2 divided by 2. So always keep in mind, this is sigma 1, this is the maximum principal stress, means the magnitude of the maximum principal stress is higher than any stresses that may be you can call as a normal stress on the plane above the, or this is the normal stress on the plane above the maximum shear stress. But this value is always greater than all stresses induced and in the component. So that's why these stresses are called as maximum principal stress. Now, second case, I am repeating without shear stress. Means only sigma x, sigma y, and this is theta. So first, sigma theta equal to sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 plus sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 cos 2 theta plus 0. Why this is 0? Because tau equal to 0, and tau theta equal to sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 cos 2 theta. This is first bit. Sigma r equal to sigma theta square plus tau theta squares, and this is first bit. Second bit, so this is inclinations about the maximum principal plane. So I think this is no need, because inclinations this is not required, because this is principal plane. So second bit is the sigma 1 equal to sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2 plus tau squares. So here there is no any change in the maximum principal stress and minimum principal stress. Only here's negative sign as compared to. So here's shear stress equal to 0. So this stress equal to 0. So that's why this is 0 divided by 2. So sigma y. So this is proof, you can say, divided by 2. So this sigma x, this will get cancelled, and sigma x, sigma 1 equal to, and sigma 2 equal to sigma y. Third bit, directions. Tan 2 theta s1 equal to minus sigma x minus sigma y right. Otherwise theta s1 equal to theta p1 plus 45 third bit. And fifth, maximum shear stress equal to under root, means only now you can write divided by 2, and fifth bit sigma n equal to. So this is for without shear stress. So now lastly, only for, so I am repeating this third case. Only or uniaxial stress only. So that's why sigma theta equal to cos 2 theta. So by taking commons, 1 plus cos 2 theta sine 2 theta. Second bit, maximum stress equal to only sigma x. Maximum shear stress equal to sigma x divided by 2 or sigma 1 divided by 2. Directions. Inclinations made by shear maximum shear stress is 45 degree with principal stress, and this is fifth bit it sigma n equal to so that's why sigma n equal to tau max. Now I think you better understand what are the problems related with the maximum principal stress when the principal stresses when the shear stress is acting means both stresses induced, so that may be tensile stress or compressive stress is induced on the major principal plane and minor principal plane, and along with shear stress. Second case is the only major principal stress is induced, or means the stress is induced on the both plane, so there is no any shear stress. And third case is the uniaxial. But means for the problems we starts from the reverse. Means first we will see problems related with the uniaxial stresses, and secondly we will solve problems related with the biaxial stresses without shear stress, and third maximum or means principal stresses and strains when the stress is induced on the both plane and simultaneously shear stress is induced. So that's why these problems will continue in the next class. So that's why today I stop here and will continue problems related with these analytical methods. One method is the graphical methods, means that is the Mohr circles. So after solving problems, I will conduct 3 lectures on the first problems, means first type of the problems, second type of the problems, and third type of the problems, and 2-3 problems, and that is based on the Mohr circles. So that's why today I stop here and will continue problems related with the major principal stresses and strains in the next class. Thank you.